My friends, today I want to do a video for a very special person. I'm going to do a video about it very soon. Okay, I've been saying this for weeks. Just my perception of humanity, people. I'm a pretty reclusive person. I recently had another personal reminder as to why I just like to keep to myself. Life just seems easier that way. But one of the gifts that YouTube has given back to me is that I've met a lot of amazing people. And it's kind of, when you're a jaded human being like I am, this is an honest moment, folks. When you have people that write kind things, donate to your channel, are Patreons, not even about money or anything, but they regularly, they subscribe, they watch your videos, they like or dislike or they comment. It's showing you support, and in another way, it's showing some kindness, saying, hey, you know, it's cool what you have to offer, and I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And as my channel is growing, at times I do struggle to keep up to every comment, every piece of email, and every request. Again, for the requests, because my patrons do support my channel with a small donation every month, I do like to, one of the ways I like to give back to them is to make them a priority when they have requests. And patrons, you know, it's growing and it's busy, so even that, it's hard to keep up to all the requests. I definitely don't want to leave anyone out. If I ever do, it's unintentional. I'm not doing it on purpose. But this guy has been a solid friend, a supporter of the channel, and he's a patron who's actively involved in the community and also just everything. And Patreon, he's involved in the group chats, his feedback. He has a great knowledge and perspective of music himself. And I really appreciate him and having him on. And he's one of the many people I feel very blessed to have in my life and who makes my life better being in my life. So without getting too mushy, Mark Brantwood, Mr. Endless Rage, you are greatly appreciated and you are very valued. And he was so funny weeks ago, he messaged me on Instagram. I have an Instagram account. I don't use it a lot. At some point I might start using it again. I'm kind of on and off with that stuff. But he said, hey man, straight up bug you. It's like, dude, you're awesome. You're never bugging me. Don't worry about it. But he really wanted me to do a reaction video to a different band that don't think I've heard of. I don't know. This video has had over 1 million views since 2013, but they're called the Stone Roses. Waterfall 2013 made of stone. And for Mark, for him, I will gladly do this. And let's check it out. This is something a little different. And let's see, the Stone Roses.
It's the original graffiti artist called Von Baudet. We did like a series of books called Erotica, and all erotic cartoons. And this has just got the rights back up to 30 years ago. He died about 30 years ago.
Is that the guy that did Alice in Bodyland?
He's the one that inspired all the New York graffiti artists in the early 70s.
So the rights all stuck together. What we're doing, Foist, Waterfall.
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to sing that high. His voice sounded a little deeper, so that kind of surprised me. So the drummer has a wireless headset mic, so I'm assuming that he must sing or do harmonies or something too. So it sounds like he's singing a fifth harmony above, from what I can hear. Wow, that's pretty cool what they're doing. This is not what I... You know, they say, what is it when you see someone, your mind makes a judgment on someone within a second or two? It's like when someone comes onto my channel and they look at me for 1 or 2 seconds and they're like, who the hell is this babbling old guy? See what I did with my eyebrow there? That makes it mean like there's an element of sarcasm and self-deprecative humor going on there. This was not what I was expecting. I was expecting this song to have a bit more of an edge to it, but this is really nice. This is really, it's like a curveball. I was not expecting this. Like, it's like a soft, ballady, happy, very major key feeling type of song with the drummer singing. The singer... I heard him talk, and I was expecting him to sing in a lower voice, but he was singing fairly high, and the drummer's singing a fifth harmony above that. So, okay. Wah pedal here. The guitar player's opening up a little bit. Okay, so guys, what do you think I zeroed in on the most when I watched that band and that performance? Any guesses? Well, the drummer. Okay, the drummer was very talented. I want to talk about this with the drummer with the singing for a second, okay? sometimes when I have a new student, the first thing, or we get talking about rhythm, or I start teaching them about rhythm, I'll say to them, though, you know those people in the back of a band there that are hitting those things? What are they called? Drummers. Well, what do they do? Well, they play drums. Well, what is it that, what is their function in a band? What is their primary function? And they kind of look at me like, the reality is the function of a drummer is to keep time. So you can, if you know, I don't really play in bands anymore, but I've learned a lot over the years playing in different bands, and I've seen a lot of stuff. And one of the great things about this channel is I can pass on some little nuggets of my experience, whatever, onto people. But if I was to start a band today and I would audition a drummer, the fancy rolls, all the technical stuff, that's great, but the primary role of the drums is to keep time. And what we say by that is meter. Okay, so if you're doing a song that's 100 beats per minute, that's the unit that we use to speak about tempo in music. Say the song's 100 beats per minute, okay? You want a drummer that has a pretty good meter where he can kind of keep it pretty close to 100 beats per minute. A little bit of give and take, probably, because he is human, over the course of the song. But what you don't want is you don't want a drummer that's, you know, starts at about 92 beats per minute, kind of speeds up and goes to, you know, 106 and back down to 98 and then up to 110. Now, I think I've talked about that in a video before, okay? But where this gets interesting is, and I know for me too, in the past, I've seen some amazing drummers play. I've seen some singing drummers play. But when you have a drummer like this who's playing, you know, and he wasn't playing the simplest of drum patterns either. You know, it wasn't anything crazy progressive stuff, but there was enough going on there. He was singing, he was a great harmony singer. He was singing the fifth harmony above, but he had the headset on, and I've seen drummers on the regional level even that maybe if they're playing just drums and they're practicing with a metronome, their meter can be okay. But as soon as they put on the headset or they start singing into a mic, their meter starts to speed up and slow down because their brain just isn't practiced enough to do both. So as soon as I see that, I say, oh, okay, he's going to sing too. As soon as the drummer's going to sing, I'm like, okay, what's going to happen to the meter? This guy was awesome. His meter was great through the whole song, and he was a very talented drummer, and just did, to sing a fifth harmony through the whole way through the whole song, not just on certain parts, it was pretty wild. So that guy was extremely talented. The song itself, I'm assuming they're singing about love or a woman or something. Mark could probably in the comment section tell you a little bit more about that. The guitar player. One of the things when I was younger, I was always drawn to virtuoso type guitar playing, and if a song didn't really have a good guitar solo, you know, I did a video about a thrash metal band called Exodus a while back, okay? And the guitar players in Exodus are amazing guitar players. And I look back at certain genres of music, like I did a kind of a negative review of the Sex Pistols with a punk song, God Save the Queen. The guitar playing wasn't very great, and I had a lot of people educating me, about what the punk, the attitude, and what was it about, and everything. And I'm learning more, and I want to give it more of a chance. And it's like with thrash metal, which is a genre of music that I love. Some of my favorite guitar players come from that genre. But then there's been some bands that don't really have the best guitar playing and not very good lead guitar playing, and I shut off. I'm like, yeah, no. This guy, he was good, but he was good in the sense that he played for the song, and he didn't try and play above his ability. But when he did his solo and he did his embellishments, it lifted the song up. It's telling a story within a story, you know, and he did a really great job. And, you know, he didn't have a lot going on with, he had a little bit of crunch on his tiny little bit of overdrive on his tone, and it was kind of cool watching him play and do what he did. But I will say, for the most part, the drummer just sucked me in. I was like, it was amazing. He was very talented. So Mark, that was a great suggestion. I've never heard of that band before. I'd like to check out more about them and learn more about them. And remember, guys, keep the comments and suggestions coming. If you want to get a shout out for me and you want your song requests, reaction requests to be a priority, join my Patreon. A couple cups of coffee a month, okay? Same cost. All right, so remember, practice hard but practice smart. We'll see you soon.